let's all
Sure.
wave at
Yes.
the camera back there and do lots of emojis to say hello to our viewing audience. Emojis! Hello, everybody! Another round of Spectrum Street Epistemology! Woo woo! Okay, so I'm gonna scooch into line here, and Lau is our MC, so Lau needs to get bigger and introduce everything.
Sure.
No longer micro Lao,
can do
mega
that.
Lao.
Mega Lau.
No longer
Lau,
micro.
do you remember
I
everything you
lost the
need to do?
privilege to become micro. I believe so. I think we should start with Norm. Actually, we do have the time, so
You never don't have time for norms.
I think we should. Yeah, I think we should circle up first before we hop into the line, which is great actually, because we are kind of practicing in Norm.
Okay, let's do a circle first.
No one told me to line up.
Yeah.
Lau has commanded.
No one told me to line I don't know why that just struck me as so funny, but your avatar plus that just that broke me.
True.
Broke me.
That's true. It's a
That's the
Carl.
whole point.
No one told me to line up.
Okay.
Deadpan
Wow,
humor and a
that was
ridiculous
an
title.
expression. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna start with Norm. So to everyone, Norm is basically a practice of the group or like a practice in the community that it's not rules, but it is like a good thing to practice in our group, in our communities to make the place more healthier. I believe that's the explanation. Okay, so who wants to start first?
RSVP.
RSVP.
Yeah, always RSVP. RSVP when you're about to attend an event, which is
Making-
very good. Not
making
only
sure you
remind
attend.
yourself.
Making sure you attend to let people know when you're coming, and also saying goodbye when you need to leave.
Exactly. Mary can go.
How about raising your hand when you haven't been called to speak by the facilitator?
Yeah, you should raise your hand before you speak, and you're given a call by the facilitator, and you can effectively speak like when everyone is listening to you. Who's next? I want to ask if anyone is confused about norms.
Oh, George is raising their hand.
Okay, so norms are the like let's say RSVP is not.
That's my fault.
Oh no, did he
Yeah, George?
disconnect too?
Yeah, they're frozen.
George,
Back.
you died raising your
George,
hand.
come back to us. Come back to us. Don't go into the light.
That's right. You seem like you're about
I'm
to
gonna throw a
know
brick,
something.
it might help.
I think George was about to say he's not confused about norms. He was raising his hand to give one.
Yes,
Yeah.
and let's
Oh,
all
yeah.
psychically predict which
Supposedly.
norm was George going to tell us, and we'll see which one got it right.
How
Maybe
about
we can
say
steal
hello
it.
and goodbye?
Okay.
Bye, George.
Mhm.
Bye.
I think Theo got that one.
George, we will miss you for a short time. You will
Yes.
come back soon. Alright.
Dana, can you mute yourself when you're not talking?
I thought I had multiple times. Thank you for reminding me.
Thank
Astro,
you.
did you ask
norm.
what are norms?
I'm drawing a blank on norms, actually, unfortunately. My mind is
New norms.
empty
You know
right
what
now.
norms are. You just can't think of a norm
I
to
don't.
contribute.
So, in that event, Lau, do you
Norm.
think there's a way you could direct us to where those norms are?
Oh,
Yeah,
we
so
got
I was thinking about
Yep.
having other people
Let's
to
set that
explain it to, because my Yeah. I might be confusing Astro, so the other people can explain it in other way too to let her understand.
George is back.
Welcome back,
Gotcha.
George.
So the easiest way to find the norms is to click on one of us that's representing bridge makers. And then you can go to the large menu in the top right. And then there's a button on the right for groups where you can then click bridge makers. And then on the right side of that, there's an info pane that has group norms and rules and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and throw out there being on orange.
Is that the Beyond Orange dance?
Yeah.
Okay.
No blue.
I like how he's dancing.
That's right.
And
The sad clown
he's doing
dance
the
is
whole
Beyond
explanation.
Orange. That's right. Everybody's got to dance if they're going to do a norm. I think Armani, you
I
raised
like
your
this one.
hand. Oh.
Girl,
Yeah,
just
I'm
back
gonna
it
be
up.
that.
You get a girl, I was gonna say that. If I had to pick another one. I guess we're here, we're doing the different sizes, so kind of throw in something extra to that. If you're on a line for this isn't a norm, but it's like a norm, I guess, for street epistemology now, but we're doing the size thing for different attention we want to give. So
Do you
set
think it's
your
yeah,
stand
resizing
if you want to
your avatar for the event?
There's I'll
Is
add
it
something extra because in the menu you have options instead of going through the click wheel. You can click on someone and scroll down to match eye height, and that's a faster way to
Oh yeah.
do things.
Yeah, I use that pretty often. Kind of go big or small if there's
Oh,
a
right.
target
I forgot
around.
about that.
Oh,
Hmm.
I thought the match eye height was just
tooltip
matching
thing
your height.
that Mary had brought up at the class yesterday was Control N for nameplates.
Yeah, that
If you're
too.
on desktop or near
Yeah.
your keyboard.
Mhm.
There's tech norms. These are also important.
Yeah.
Astral, did
I
you
like
think
that
of one?
Interesting.
Yeah, I like.
I didn't even know about that too.
Mm-hmm. I really like Rule 3 or Norm 3, cultivating generosity with your fellow community members.
Yes. Which I did go back and check, and that was
Yes.
part of our original norm, so I apologize. Cultivate generosity. Yay.
I believe George still haven't talked about his. Yeah. Go ahead,
Yes,
George.
Never got to
iteration.
say what.
And I think iteration and kindness actually combine very well because a huge part of iteration is learning. And I've even seen norms in my time here being iterated upon, people collaborating and learning and building upon those norms. And the kindness of like sharing knowledge and transparency with each other and how that combines with iteration in transforming this community and each other.
Beautiful.
That was a good one, George.
Iteration. Yeah, that's
Thank you.
exactly. 2 in 1 norm, actually. Wow. Impressive.
A value plus a
I
norm.
believe
That's
Jose
like bonus
didn't
round.
say that.
Yeah. Jose.
That's great. Okay, so I believe Jose and Dania haven't talked about it yet. And hey, you.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make sure everyone was left to do the stuffs.
I can't check the norms because my right controller is dead, so I don't have.
Oh, no.
I can't check.
Oh.
Can you
Oh,
move?
Oh no.
I don't.
Can you think of any norms?
Repeat that. Sorry.
Can you think of any norms that is yeah, that's not been said?
Make sure your batteries are charged.
That's part of being fully present, though,
We
right?
should be prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is part
there
of
it
being
is.
fully present. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually a really good call.
All right. Okay. Which of you two?
There
gonna
is
go first?
one.
Go ahead.
Oh, there is one that I want to mention that is something that's very important to deliberation in general, and we ran into it during the class yesterday. It's already been said here, but I think it's important to revisit as a potential norm, specifically because the norms for a community, like bridge makers, they act as a foundation. And when you're creating different events within a community, there are some times when you'll need to be more specific about those norms. There are some times when you have to intentionally and bravely break a norm for a specific space or an event to work. There's also times when an event requires a little bit extra. So one that I recommend thinking about, especially when you have very contentious thoughts, is you have to think about what exactly is the outcome of everyone who's coming to this very contentious, difficult event. So oftentimes we understand things like be respectful and be present. And these things are going to be important in these events, yes, but also think about what people are leaving the space with. I use a hashtag one thing in order to make sure that there's only one thing, specifically so that when people leave the event, they're not overwhelmed and they can think about just that one thing. Another thing, especially for support groups, is that things can be shared that are really contentious and harmful to other individuals if they were to be shared outside of that space. So the space can't have a memory. One of the ways that I kind of talk about that is by simply having the phrase, what's shared here stays here, what's learned here leaves here. That specific piece of information essentially says anything anyone says stays with us. And we're live streaming this event, right? So that's probably not the most relevant at the moment, but what's learned in the event should be leaving. So there are a few aspects of that where I just want you to learn from that lesson and feel perfectly comfortable adding norms and thinking about what norms are going to impact the space. I bring this up because yesterday's entire conversation was on building the structure for deliberative environments, and these norms are one of those.
Awesome.
So one thing.
Really awesome.
One thing stays in the plate. One thing stays in one thing. Yeah.
Yep. What's shared here stays here. What's learned here leaves here.
Yeah, I really like that. That was amazing. Lady said.
That was inspiring.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
I already
Last
said,
one.
yeah, I already set the norm, but over there it's also written, which is we're recording this and live streaming, so everything you say may be broadcasted infinitely. No pressure.
I thought you were going to give us our rights.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Ready to move on?
So, wow. Okay, we are ready to move on to SSE. So, please, everyone, get back into the neutral line, and we are gonna start with the questions. Astral is
That means you too, Carl.
So, if you don't mind to shrink your avatar size, and or maybe stand behind, that would work too. Let me think. Who's the person who's gonna go with first question again?
Whoa.
Was it Mary?
Carl.
Oh, it's you. Okay, that's why. Okay, so we're gonna give time to Carl now, and Carl is gonna start the question and the SSE right now. If you don't want to change your size back game, yeah, thank you.
Vinny, your typing is still kind of loud.
How is it doing that?
Hold,
say the first
Carl, can you
question?
hold on a sec? Sorry, I can't hear. Benia, do you mind muting yourself when you're not talking?
I'm fixing it. At least trying to, anyway.
Little moment for technical adjustments.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Please start again. Sorry, I couldn't hear you at all.
All right. And I'm on my headset, which doesn't sound as good as my VR
It's okay.
goggles, my VR goggles, as I like to call them.
This is totally fine.
Yeah.
People always say I'm quieter, but the first question we have up here, we're just gonna move into things because everybody here has done this before. So the first question being, the pursuit of happiness is a myth perpetuated by the candle industry. We're gonna weigh in on that, agree or disagree, wherever you land. We will move on a countdown of 3, 2, 1. Sorry, if I was handed some cake. That is cool. And I will count down in a moment. And choose your position for that statement about candles, happiness. 3, 2, 1, move.
I love watching people fly through the air. Wow, this is so polarized.
Remember to sit down when you're not you don't want to talk, and stand up, raise your hand when you want to talk, and stand front of the line.
This is so
If you want to talk
amazingly
first.
polarized. It's crazy. Wow. I don't think we've ever had such a polarizing statement. It's trippy.
We are eating both.
All right. Sorry, I had taken a bite of the cake and it's a little dry, so I had to chew a little slower than I anticipated. Okay, so as Haya was saying, we have some folks, not anyone on the mildly. There's some folks that looks like neutral. One mildly disagree, but then everyone else is on an extreme. Still Astros floating around. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to start on the disagree side. Up front, we have Jose Meta. Can you tell us why you think that Heya or Jorge may agree with the statement that pursuit
Jorge
of
and
happiness is
Hayu.
a myth perpetuated by the Kando industry? Yes, George. The primary pronunciation in my mind, I'm sorry, is still Jorge Rohan. It just works for
Jorge.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that
You're up, Jose.
I think that maybe at one point they have bought a candle that had the words "Pursue Happiness" on it.
Just a literal
that's why.
command via
Yes.
candle.
it transfixed us. Is that right, George? Is this why we are part of the conspiracy club?
A little bit. I think that was the formative experience from which the rabbit hole got deeper.
And yes, I feel you.
If you see instructions, you follow instructions, right?
This is going in our Bridgemakers gift shop, a candle that says "Pursue Happiness." We'll just see what happens.
One of the main reasons I'm on neutral in the first place is because I don't get the reference.
I don't either.
Is
This
there a
was
reference
created. No, this is just what we make up.
Oh, wait, so there's not like a...
Nope.
I mean, I could see there being a scented candle, and the candle
Absolutely, yeah.
name is just the pursuit of happiness. Like,
I thought this was referring to like Hallmark pulled some shenanigans in like
Well, hey,
1852 or something.
You got to get on a line if you're going to present that argument. we need company.
I'm trying to figure out.
Come on.
That's not a thing, right?
Right.
Make it up.
Well,
we'll believe
maybe
you.
you will understand more if you listen to everyone's reasons for their strong opinions on this matter.
Yes. Other than we bought a candle.
All right. So, Mary, Jose's was a little of a wide shot across the bow. Do you have any other ideas in our battleship metaphor that might Strike ahead over there.
Sink us. We're on fire.
I think they're jealous of the candle industry. It's a really big industry. It makes a lot of money, and obviously they're not happy themselves. So they think
We're miserable, George.
Wrong. I have stake in the industry.
That's
Wrong.
right. Goop is like the top stock industry that I've invested in. That's great. Yeah, I think you missed both of us, but nice shade throwing. So, Vinya, just curious. Mary said we're miserable. Does that count as like a character attribute, as a way to counter
That's
us?
a great question. I think that's on Carl to decide, but do you think that that would perhaps hyperbolically recognize the opposite side?
As soon as the initial statement of "you're just jealous" was thrown, I felt instinct
So how would you
kind of
adjust
step
that?
in and.
How does the sad clown mediate an accusation like that?
I mean, when it comes to something like "you're just jealous," I would, usually a lot of my strategy for those types of things is to kind of just own it and just be like, I mean, yeah, like whatever. It depends on the context, of course, and this was a little weird and wishy-washy to kind of nail down how to divert it. It was just jokes. But in a real context, a lot of times it's like, oh, you're just jealous of X. It's like, well, yes, X is nice, and I recognize you have that, but you gotta also. That's usually not actually what we're arguing about. That's a diversion. That's a way to kind of straw man an argument.
Okay. So also keep in mind that being able to own the emotion as a facilitator does not necessarily mean that the people on the other side are going to take it well, right? So the thought is, what would it look like for other people who do not share that emotion to have that emotion conferred onto them on the other side? And how can you as a facilitator kind of relieve some of that pressure while still dealing with the fact that that emotion was brought into the room?
Yeah, so perhaps some sort of comment, like let's not accuse the other side of, emotions that we don't know about, that kind of thing.
Yeah, there are a few ways you could do this. That's one of them, which is it seems like this is a very charged feeling, the notion of depression, especially on the other side. So I'd love to take some responses to that, perhaps from people that we haven't heard from. And let's talk about how the other side does feel. What are you feeling when you hear that?
That's interesting.
So that's
He just called you guys miserable.
Like
jealous,
permutations
miserable,
of the
depressed,
format and kind of branching out rather than just like corrective.
Yes. So, and again, like we explicitly chose not to play with the format of street epistemology during the classes. But this is one of those things where sometimes breaking a format allows you to take care of something in the room. And you kind of need to do that because it seems like the room just needs to dwell on it. But then you have to bring us back, right? Like there's a difference between the forest and the trees, where it's like, ooh, we hit a hot button topic. We can dive into it, but only for about 2 minutes. So we'll dive into it for 2 minutes and then we'll move on. Sometimes it's okay, like I said, to break the room in order to handle things, but it's your job as a facilitator to decide when that happens.
Right. So just like this, I'm going to be, like, that was interesting and all, but now I'm going to go ahead and ask Theo, even though you're the only on the back of the line here, if you would like to contribute anything towards guessing at why they've taken their stand over there, or if you'd like to pass being in the back. Always an option.
Yeah, very interesting. Also hearing all that as well with the facilitator role. So I was thinking that they're on that side agreeing that it's a myth because happiness is much more than what a candle would describe, and so they define their happiness more than a candle,
Mm.
and so like they when they hear or see the pursuit of happiness as a myth perturbated, it's like that's not my happiness. It's a different kind of happiness. Happiness is a different kind of thing that you can emanate into. So this myth that's being spread around by the candle industry, it's not really the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
perhaps you could say that's just like a bucking of the question, a framing of the nomen, the words in your own way.
Hmm.
I'm always a big fan of that. So do we have any of that going on over there?
I'm reading Venia's thing. So is this a version of the De Vere's diamond thing? Oh.
What is that?
The blood diamond idea that diamonds are harvested and it's all a myth that diamonds are super valuable.
Yeah, there's a whole
Wow.
realm of. I was about to say, like,
Yeah.
there's a whole avenue there that we could jump into, but I'm not sure what specifically Venya is referring to.
This was me just seeking clarification on that argument.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, I think actually you're right now thinking of it in that context, that it's, the idea of the value of the thing is not what the company tells you, but what you put in it inherently and everything. So, yeah. Hey, does that hit for you at all?
That's about 20%. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, I see movement now with George. Do you remember the argument? I know you had to run to the door.
I caught part of it. It seemed like they were guessing that happiness was not defined like commercially, but from there I kind of lost it.
Kind of just in the idea that your guess that you're not letting the corporation, the candle companies define happiness for you, and the pursuit of happiness is one thing separate from that, from the candle industry.
It is partially there. Partial hit, yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like we had a few partial hits over there, but nobody nailed you guys really. You want to go ahead and tell us what pushed you towards the extreme agreement with the? It's a very complicated statement. Pursuit of happiness is a myth perpetuated by the candle industry. A lot of moving parts there.
Oh, I just realized I strongly disagree.
No!
No, because my reasoning is I have a relative that sells candles and they make me happy. So it's not a myth, it's a reality. I should have been here all along.
You left me, George. I'm so
the
hurt.
happiness is undeniable, Hea.
I'm miserable now.
It's not a myth.
Nice.
Wow.
Carl's just gonna come stand next to me and
could
keep me
argue
company.
though that you're in support of the industry that perpetuates the myth of happiness via candles. Do you agree?
Ah, exactly. And Venia is suggesting potentially reinforcing and trapping George where he chose to be and making him defend the argument that it is a myth because he chose it. Or you could leave him there.
Yeah, so we have the rules of the structure, and we also have that. I think that you could argue either way, the way this thing is phrased. So
you came back to me.
Play that. You have to.
I mean, your
however
argument.
you were thinking of your idea.
You could just say
that framing,
it worked on me, even if
worked for
everyone
you
else is miserable. I don't care. I'm happy.
Well, I would argue as well that you don't even necessarily need to restructure your idea. The way you interpreted this statement, I mean, unless you're just saying you outright flipped agree and disagree where you thought you stood. But if, like I said, you could definitely argue statement you made that you've got family making
Yeah.
candles.
It worked on
That
you.
put you towards, you want to support the myths
That's a good point,
perpetuated
because
by the candle industry.
myths are myths for a reason.
Exactly.
Like, there's
Got some
effects they
buy-in.
do have, and those effects resonated with me, but that experience would appear to be a myth to others. But it was so real to me that I could see it that
Yeah.
way and put me on
Yeah,
this
and
It's
side.
not just a myth.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm starting to
It
reality.
definitely wasn't for me.
think of how you would put you on disagree now, but so we'll say you've stated your reasons very clearly. Haya, do you have any other reasons that weren't stated here?
Yeah. I think it's just the toxic positivity movement. They're like the ultimate manifestation of that. It's not candles for just light, like pragmatically. It's candles for joy and serenity and rest and your self care candle. And it's just so obvious that toxic positivity has made it into that. So when I smelled a candle as a kid that was really toxic for me, and I had like an allergic reaction and had asthma and whatever, everybody denied that it was the candle. And they're like, no, it's not the candle. It has to be something else. And they just kept burning it for days and days. And therefore, I'm down with the candle industry.
Okay, so Haya is focused in on
Should have guessed
the
that.
myth part of the statement in the candle industry. They're pushing a myth of goodness. And
Exactly.
that needs to
Yeah.
not be.
And whether
We should just
whether
call them
pursuit of happiness
orange
is a myth or not, it doesn't matter. The candle industry has tried to usurp it and take it over, and it's false. Rawr.
We have two very different reasons why folks are on the agree side, but I think that shows that this statement has like I said before, a lot of moving parts. It can be interpreted a lot of ways, and some of our wicked problems are like that. People can grasp onto different aspects of the argument and believe very, very important, parts, steadfast things about completely different parts of the discussion. So we've heard, or no, now we need Haya and George to guess why Theo, Mary, and Jose chose to disagree with this statement.
Well,
Feel free to jump in. There's just the two of you.
an obvious one would be that you all have stock in the candle industry and you want that myth to be perpetuated. I didn't see the emoji.
Got Marivia. I think
Did I get Mary? Yay!
That was just an outright, I think, reflection of Haya's own
Rejection?
reason for being over there.
Nice.
Anyone over there that hit? Anyone own? I can't even. What is a candle company? Like
Candle stock.
Bed Bath and Beyond is all we got.
Yeah. Your avatar gives me pause for any rejection of that argument. Nice. Exactly. You are a corrupt candle lord.
My brain is dealing with the double negatives again. It was so confusing. I'm still confused about where I belong.
Well, I mean, look, you can look at it this way as well. Rather than trying to interpret the statement yourself, look at your,
I gotta guess.
fellow debaters.
I gotta guess.
Yeah.
It's not a myth. It's just a false association that the candle industry hasn't been making all along. It's just people thought it was happening, but the candle industry never actually guaranteed happiness through their products. It was never officially validated by any professional scientific terms, so it could have never been a myth in the first place.
It sounds like you're guessing that folks over here are basically that they're more, taking the complexity of the statement and saying, happiness is separate and candle companies can name them whatever, and that's separate from the pursuit of happiness itself. And that's they can do what they like, right?
I knew I belonged on
We
that
have a
side.
for Mary over here.
Yeah, the separation of the two ideas and sort of the plausible deniability or outright deniability of the association on the part of the industries.
Yeah, so the nobody in the candle industry is going to make the claim that they are the sole proprietors of the pursuit of happiness. That your reasoning, Mary?
I don't know if you can see me nodding, but yes.
Okay, yeah, it's coming through now. I saw it there. Jose and Theo, then, would you like to give your reasons on why you've chosen this line here?
It's not the candle industry, it's the Hollywood film industry.
That was my second one. Yeah.
Nice scapegoat.
Nice.
So,
Redirect it.
Little association to I can't think of his name now. The actor guy who's in that movie, The Pursuit of Happiness. And Theo, you have a reason you'd like to give?
Well, I was just thinking because I probably I had the same feeling as George. Like maybe I should have been on that side because I didn't really understand the question. But then I started realizing, oh, I can just play a role here in this position as well, and I kind of figured out a way someone can be here, which is like the smell of the candle, and or like because there's incense as well that people become happier or have a process to use the candle to become happy rather than like the clear message of the candle, because it can emanate both situations. But I think the smell of candle, most people are very happy to get a candle and smell the burning of the flavor of the candle, and that can always make somebody happy.
Yeah, so perhaps maybe the most obvious answer of all that nobody guessed, an aromatherapy enthusiast. Candles smell real good, and that makes Theo happy sometimes.
Mm.
What's wrong with that?
I don't usually use candles, but I give candles away sometimes too.
Yes. A message on a candle given as a gift can also be a pretty powerful message. All right, so we do need to. Oh yeah, good point. Can't help but notice a good idea sometimes, though. But I'm not the greatest gift giver myself, so. Now we are going to shuffle and see where folks want to maybe change their positions based on the things that have been said here. So I will count down and then we will move. So
Come to me.
3, 2, 1,
I'm
move.
recruiting. Yes, join me. Join me.
I want you to watch, Heyu. I want you to watch.
Venia. This is such a rift.
I'm still like
Yeah.
undecided
Yay.
right now. I think I want to be here.
You're admitting it.
So
Yes.
I think there was something interesting that happened here where there was maybe something that was a simulated wicked problem by just the complexity of the question. And then once people kind of got speaking on it, people were able to kind of polarize a little more once there was some
Except
more
Jose. Jose
sides to
depolarized.
pick.
And Theo depolarized. But everybody else did. Yeah. It's a very frenetic question. Fanned out better.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more
So
balance.
by a show, there was so much movement. By a show of hands, who moved, who themselves moved the furthest, and wants to speak about
Marivia.
why. To kind of close this up.
I think
Mary,
everybody
you went
moved
from one extreme to
except
the other.
me. Like everybody
All right,
moved.
we'll go Mary first, and then Venia.
Lao moved to one line, I think, too.
No, I moved further.
I move from neutral to extreme.
Okay, pick the side. All right, Mary, would you like to explain for us why you've gone from the disagree to the agree side?
Of course, I was only on that side to continue to perpetuate the myth. So
Verification. The candle lord speaketh.
the job was done. People
It has been admitted.
Once his opinion was in the open, he was able to more clearly show
Out himself.
the group,
That's it.
yes, out himself and not fear the repercussions as much once he had realized he had some friends within the circle. Then Venia, would you like to tell us why you moved so far away from Hea?
Yeah, I moved because I had no real such opinions. I didn't even know that it might have been a thing. But the entire conversation that we were talking, I kept in my head one small little thing that I'm pretty sure was a fact, and that no one mentioned, in that the pursuit of happiness is heavily mentioned in the United States Constitution. So there was no discussion about the founding fathers being candle makers. So I went from unconvinced to pretty sure it's incorrect.
I mean, I think that makes you over here technically, because the candle makers wrote about the pursuit of happiness. Get over here.
Exactly. My entire.
Well, I disagree that it's a myth perpetuated by the industry. I disagree that it's by the industry. I'm fine with it being a myth. I disagree with the industry
by the founding fathers.
Even though they made candles. Tisk tisk.
No, I mean, they wrote the Constitution by candlelight, but so far as I can tell, they weren't sponsored.
Which
I wonder if
came
they
first,
smelled
the
good.
founding fathers or candles? The candle industry.
Candles by everyone. Which came first, the founding fathers or our propensity to collect wax?
And burn it.
Actually.
So.
There we go.
Venia brought up a very, very hairy point there that we don't really have time to delve into. So.
Astral is
I
mentioning
think there
that.
was mention that Lau had moved, Ben Franklin's dad. So I mean, he definitely came before the founding fathers, at least one generation.
The statement says perpetuated, and if it was written by candle, I mean, you know, he's
Lau,
owning
would
it.
you like to explain us your move as a final bit to this question?
I believe people who call the other people miserable is not happy.
So there you go. You've all been called out. Nice. You're siding with the underdog.
Disagree, so that's the quiet. I take the quiet as an answer of agreeing.
All right, I'm going to match size back down to Lau now and let him take back over for
Let's give
transition.
Give emojis, encourage, and love to our.
Great job.
Yes, throw me a brick.
Throw me a brick.
Wow.
Throw you candy corn.
If that's the kindness we want. Okay, everyone, back to the line of neutral. We're gonna start being happy with the candles. And now we're gonna move on to the second questions. Who was the volunteers of the facilitator?
Yay!
Harmony.
First time facilitating.
So, exactly. All right. So I'll give you the stage, and I'll be shrinking my size.
Okay, so just to be clear, I'll go ahead and clarify the question. And first, can you all hear me?
Sorta.
Kinda.
Might
Kind
have
of.
to boost me a
Gonna
little bit.
turn you
I'll
up,
stand
really.
I need to turn
Yeah,
my-
I have you
I don't
turned
know
up
why
all
you're
the
not at
way.
150 already.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Alright, so this is question 2. We're all just NPCs in someone else's game, and just to be clear, by NPCs, we're talking about non-playable characters.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Just want to define that for everyone. And then, if you're agreeing with that, you're standing over here disagreeing, you have the options over here. But yeah, I'll just go ahead and give a countdown and let everyone kind of just, if you don't have any questions, go ahead and just, on the count of 1, just go ahead and pick your line. And also another reminder, if you want to speak, stand closer to the front and stand as well.
Yeah. Nice.
If you don't, you can sit down further back. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna give the countdown now. All right, 3, 2, and 1.
Damn.
I like how with the upfront prompt of being, front of the line to talk, it's like people kind of choose their distance on the line instead of having to kind of shuffle
What is up with the
afterwards.
polarities today? Everybody's like strongly roar. I'm like in the middle.
I'll be here.
Nice.
Okay. I was gonna make sure everyone had a chance to settle into their lines. Looks like I saw a little movement, but I think we have our positions here. So I'll start with the disagree side. Up here at the front. Wow. Can you kind of let's see here. Could you guess or try to explain why Coral, for example, has taken the position of strongly agree?
They think they are not an NPC. They are an NPCs of someone else's game. Wow.
What are you inferring there, Lau?
Is it because they are programmed to think like that?
No, I'm the moderator, or I'm just here. So I guess you're asking rhetorically, or can
Yeah.
you, explain
That's
what's
a
behind that?
hypothesis.
Yeah.
You're programmed to believe you're
they
NPCs.
believe that. Yeah, so they are like, NPCs know they are NPCs and they are programmed to act like that. Right?
Look
Right?
at that. My response is so limited. You must ask the right questions. Pretend that you're an NPC. Is this why?
Does not compute.
Bad commander file
So what
name.
you're saying, it's a case of unknowns.
Yeah, they cannot they cannot think out of the box. They are just going with their ways, I believe. And they have only their ways.
Any hits? George, is that what percentage? Is that a percentage, or is that 100%? Did Lau get you?
Definitely the outside of the box part, but there's a little more to it, so partial hit.
Partial. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, give it 5-10% at most.
It's not super conscious.
I'm
but
sorry,
they're
I didn't
NPCs.
play enough game to understand NPCs movement. I'm so sorry.
The psychology of NPCs. Nice.
Mhm. My talent tree is
Anyone-
not there.
Anyone else before I go to Vinya?
Nope.
Nope. Not seeing anyone else. Okay. All right, Vinya. How about your guess? Any kind of guesses as to why any of anyone on the strongly agree side, or why are they over there?
I think everyone on that side is lacking the self-esteem necessary to realize that they have their own potential.
Are you all
Go to
low
therapy.
self-esteem? I need to see their.
Invert your argument, please, Venia. And then you'll be closer to the mark.
They have very high self-esteem. They're egoic, maniac NPCs. Okay, I guess you got a kind of inverse hit there.
And I kind of saw those as kind of the same angle of like you just believe things are deterministic and you have no power to affect them. And I mean, again, to maybe a small degree, like way zoomed out with all knowledge taken into account, like 5-10%. Sure, I'll acknowledge that, but
It seems to be going back and forth a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to go in order because I feel like Harley may have jumped into the a little ahead of schedule there, but go ahead, Brenda.
My entire reality is breaking with each dance loop perfectly performed. I know. I had to show our viewing audience the dancing clown with the actual dancing person next to them. Too good. Oh, who do we got?
Welcome
hello,
in.
hello. Welcome.
There he is. It's going.
Atheros.
I'll kind of Atheros is gonna
I need to
allow you to
change
either
some settings.
yeah, and just to kind of introduce things, we're kind of in the middle of question 2. Kind of just started here with explaining some agreements and disagreements on why we're all just NPCs in someone else's games. We're kind of just exploring why we're on agree or strongly disagree, but we're not debating. We're kind of trying to figure out why we're on each. So feel free to pick one, or feel free to spectate as well if you want.
See what it is. I might just. I'll watch for now. See how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I don't know. It's
Okay.
can go into neutral line if you want to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
The line
okay,
in the middle.
Theo, I got your message there. You'll be right back. Okay.
You can jump over here if
You're
you want.
still on the same. Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I see Lau, you're kind of shifting around a little bit.
Lao is giving
Oh,
direction. Yeah.
Directions, okay.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So, hey, I'll go ahead and let you go for your guess as to why.
Oh, I'm guessing why they're over there.
Yeah.
Because you are all sympathetic of robots and you're secret robot rights advocates. Nobody?
Before I allow them to respond, can you explain a little bit more about that? It's kind of a strongly, I guess, worded statement. Can you?
Yeah, to deepen that, nice applying Vinia's suggestion there. So basically, some people really over-identify with robots and they think of themselves as robots, and so the idea of the Terminator kind of era, maybe a more mild version, is actually kind of appealing. And you will be the first ones to sign up to get your bodies modified into partial robots. Like practicing being an NPC is part of your journey, your path, your calling. Did that help?
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Any hints? Any hits?
You're all staring at me like I'm insane.
25%.
25, yes.
Yeah, I was say about kind of half of what you said resonated a little, but other half was still a little hyperbolic.
You're calling me hyperbolic?
I fundamentally agree with you to a degree. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
Hey, I kind of got him.
But it wasn't the like reasons I interpreted the question and chose to come.
Okay.
Okay. All right. For the sake of time, I'll go ahead and let you explain your position, Carl.
Okay. And yeah, I kind of at the same time looked at it as like saw two both big and small interpretations of it. You know, on the grand scale, like perhaps there are some hyperdimensional beings that are, you know, created our universe and are able to influence variables and change things. But I still think, I have free will within that, but also on the small scale, like you can't be somebody else. Like you can't play as someone else in your life. You can only be yourself. So everyone else is an NPC to you, or you are an NPC to everyone else. So on both that personal scale and the grand scale, I saw a strong agreement with the statement. I like it.
Okay. And myself, George.
Oh, mine is simple. I follow Descartes. I think, therefore I am. And everything else is NPC as far as I can tell. And there's no way you could prove otherwise.
Interesting.
Theo looks like.
Oh, Theo's gotta go.
Oh, okay. Thanks for being here, Theo.
Theo.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep going, and then I'm gonna ask you all to guess. Strongly agree. So I'll take one more. Marivia or Astral. Is it?
So
Whoever wants to go.
I am Zhongli, a 6,000-year-old god in a game called Genshin Impact. And
Our Spanish fine still taste the same.
I am technically a playable character, but it is optional. You could play a different character instead. So, depending on who is playing, I am an NPC to them.
It's deep.
So in this, can you? I'm gonna kind of try to reflect here and see if I can understand a little bit more of your position. So you've taken on this position that in this role you've taken on this NPC, and therefore you've become like more of an identity that's in agreement with this like statement.
Yeah, I say so.
Nice.
Okay. Girl, Genshin Impact shows up. Yeah. Yeah.
Stares at Venya.
That's very funny. Okay, now it's your turn. Agree on the strongly agree side. I will start with you, Carl. Since you're up front, can you explain why Wow or Vinga are on the strongly disagree side?
I think that based on Lau's previous guesses, and that's cheating, but I think Lau is leaning towards more the free will and things aren't deterministic. And, we aren't NPCs. We all have free will and are thinking rational beings. And that's what made him disagree with the statement. And perhaps Venya. Also, Genshin.
I was called
There's a lot of
forth.
Genshin avatars.
I know. It's like a conspiracy.
They look pretty good.
No? No hits.
Not really? Okay. Venya?
It was not a hit. Oh.
Okay. Alright, we go down the line here, George. How about your guess as to why Lau or Venya are strongly agrees on it, as well as Heya as well for the whole gradient here.
I think they have main character syndrome, and apparently we're just NPCs in their game.
We're the someone else.
Okay.
Denying your rights to exist. That's funny.
To use your words, if it was the exact opposite, you would have hit.
Whoa, look at that. It's like reverse shade throwing.
Reverse
I really
shade
gotta start
throwing.
flipping these bits in my head.
Oh, exactly.
All right, time to throw an error.
How deep can we go?
Time to throw an error.
I
Oh
want
my
to get
god.
like a little bit more into what you were saying, George, since I know this a little, I guess, strongly, like there's some strongly worded, I guess. So can you say just a little bit more about that?
Okay, let me think. How else can I word this?
Yeah, actually, NPC brain. My bad.
Hey, you got Lao. Well done.
Actually, I think that was just another
He
dig.
seemed to.
Oh,
Yeah, it was just a joke, but actually that hit a lot. I'll say that's a huge part of it. That's still a small part of it.
huh. So,
Okay.
brain rot is NPC
You got
brain.
Not Lao. Okay.
Hmm.
And I can give you a little bit more time too, and let Mary, if you want to go, and give your guess, and we'll come back to you, George.
I think they just don't realize that they are NPCs because they are NPCs.
Hmm. That's interesting. Yeah, I would say 50% hit there because I can't argue it. Well done.
Okay.
Also, bear in mind, Armani, statements like that, they do count as valid arguments, right? But the question is, could that be rephrased to make it less volatile on our side?
Mhm.
Because that could have been an ouch moment for someone, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mary, I'm curious if you can get into like another explanation of
Hmm.
what you mean by that, just to kind of allow strongly disagree, to be able to process and figure out what you're really saying, at least without,
Okay.
it being
Hmm.
disappointing, I guess.
Hmm.
They think that their reality is the real reality, whereas it's not, it's a simulation. And they're on the disagree side because they are part of that simulation and don't realize it.
Okay. Is that
Mild.
does that get beyond at least to the are you able to under? See
Yeah.
how I can.
That gets
Does that make
beyond the
sense?
idea. Yeah, it gets beyond the idea. Thank you for the clarification. Yeah, it's kind of one of those pick your battles things, Armani. Because especially when things are this polarized and whatnot, you got to figure out which ones are going to be more or less likely to conflagrate things. Yeah, that was definitely one of those ones where you would definitely want to step in, but you're doing great otherwise. Just kind of bear in mind that you'll need to pick your battles with each facilitation input.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I mean,
Does it get? Oh, Mary, did you want to say anything?
I just wanted to say this particular subject is a bit of a trap for that kind of thing.
That's true.
NPC is in the title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that did become like a derisive term in and of itself
Um,
in the last decade.
Mm.
Mary is kind of increasing my reasons being here. That's interesting.
Mm.
How about if I allow Astral or Jose? Did you want to say anything? I know you're further back in the line, but I didn't know if you wanted to chime in a little bit. Otherwise, I'll move on. Allow us to strongly disagree to explain their side. Okay, I don't share
My
anything.
guess would
So
be that
go ahead.
they don't believe that they're in a game, so that's why they're over there. So there's no
Mm.
NPCs, there's no game.
Right. We didn't get the upgraded consciousness version, basically. We're the primitive NPCs. We didn't get the insight part. It's an
Okay.
impossible thing to prove,
So-
but I like it. Just like the statement.
Okay. So what I'm hearing and saying really is at least there's some broader definitions on game and PCs if I'm reflecting it correctly here. But yeah, I'll let everyone on strongly disagree kind of explain why you're over here. I'll start with Yulao, then go to Yuhia.
Okay, so mm, that one thing is I feel like I am the main character, and some of the other people can be main character too, but we can work together. But also, this is one thing. The other thing is that um, do you realize sometimes there's NPC outside in our world, like the Karen that always argue with the manager, or maybe the school in the bully in the school that always have no love. Yeah, man, they're kind of like NPC. Or maybe that one kid in the class that always asks, "Teacher, what is the lesson we learned today?" And repeat and delay your class. That's always them. It's always the NPC. They are getting in my nerve. It's always the NPCs.
Lau was leaning into that derisive
Wow.
NPC term. Didn't even think of it till the last second there.
Ah.
Exactly.
That was a hit. We just didn't call it out.
Yeah, some people are just too way too NPC that you could think that, man, I believe they have some weird bugs or glitches inside them. We are the main character that has no bugs.
Oh.
Because what we do might affect them, but they just happens because they're bugged.
Okay then. Just gonna jump in with something here, but I kind of think it's strongly it's also kind of pointed there, but I'm curious about, would you see anything? I don't know. I'm trying to think if you were to lean into something else, but I'll come back to that. Hey, you want to go ahead?
Why am I? Oh, just
Yeah.
sorry, I wasn't ready. I thought you
going
said
in.
only strongly agree. You're going in order of proximity. Okay.
Yeah, but you can go. We could.
Yeah. Why don't we let Vinia go?
ahead.
I don't have a strong argument here. I'm just mildly.
Yeah. So mine is a logic argument having to do with whether or not we live in a simulation. Because in my opinion, the levels of consciousness that require individuals to act on this planet, especially animals, suggest that the animals would be highly intelligent NPCs in a game. For humans, in order for some humans to be NPCs while others are not, there is now a definable hierarchy to what is a playable character. So if everyone else is an NPC among a set of playable characters, there can be stated that there is a hierarchy of consciousness that allows for those playable characters to have enhanced attributes, better functions, greater capacity to experience consciousness live. And I have been, as of yet, unconvinced that anyone has readily available superpowers capable of proving to me that I am in any way, shape, or form an NPC. And since we are all acting upon the same level, and animals seem to share the same conscious awareness on a gradient scale that suggests it is naturally dispersed, I have yet to see that there is any form of functional intervention at all.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm gonna get going. I just wanted to swing by and see what's up. It's good meeting you guys.
Good to meet
I'll catch
you.
you guys later.
Me too.
So question, Venia, could you rephrase your statement then as just we are all PCs in the game? Like,
I think we all stand within a natural gradient, wholly expected mathematically, so you could hardly really call it a game. It is objectiveless.
yeah, I stumbled there at the end, but I like kind of the opposite then again of like Lau's statement, where there is like a delineation between the bugged people who are bullies and Karens, and whereas you're fully encompassing, all conscious beings into being more advanced than anything in any sort of game or anything we have today, or even close.
Yeah. There's no evidence to suggest that any human has outstripped the natural gradient of consciousness in the world that suggests anything in any way is superior.
Gotcha. So
I don't think
pretty
a
much
game is
full
there.
disagreement with the statement whole cloth. We're all PCs
So-
and it's not a game.
I heard
Astro was
that.
just like, I'm unhappy with this decision.
I heard that,
Um,
and what I heard is that maybe it's like we don't have a main character to prove that we are NPC. So yeah,
I think it's a precursor that you have to prove that this is a simulation and a game is viable. And I have no evidence to prove that there is anything outside of the natural distribution to suggest there is a direction to where we're going. So of course a player won't exist in that.
What if the main character died 2,000 years ago?
Then this game cartridge is severely overinflated.
Brick. Nice.
Alright, I don't know if you,
Did I figure out mine? Yeah, I mean, I think Venia's statement of like, we're not in a game, like, I even protest calling VR chat a game. So I'm not going to call life a game. Like, I think that disassociates us from the responsibility to be characters of our own stories. So I'm not going to agree with that for my own sanity.
Hey, you and I went so serious with this question.
Yeah, this is like a deeper thing. This is why we're in here to some degree. You are not NPCs. Okay.
Okay. Alright, so, before we do the changeover, I also want to kind of try a new thing and try to invite you to, and I'm gonna pick on one or two to explain. But in addition to your explanations, if you were to switch sides or change anything, kind of explain if there are lines that are still pulling you one way or another, or if you're, there are any conflicts in there. You could think about that, and not everyone's gonna have time to explain why, but I'll pick on some of you to try to explain if there are lines that are still pulling you one way or the other if you change sides. So, okay. Question? You had a question?
Not a question. Oh, bye, George.
Hi, George.
Bye, everybody.
I was just thinking I didn't know there was so much support for this idea, and that side seems like to have a club, the NPCs of Life Club, and I kind of would join it if you made it up, because it seems more fun to be over there and be like, anything that goes wrong, you'd be like, well, we're NPCs. So I'm feeling drawn that direction just because the over responsibility in my life, but yeah. He's deleted due to too many bugs. Oh, George got deleted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do the countdown here. Oh, wait. I'm just typing here.
Bye, George.
They couldn't continue to formulate his lines. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do a countdown here. 3, 2, and 1. Go.
Okay. I was gonna
Yay.
say no, nobody.
They had to continue to formulate his lines. He's going to start repeating himself like he had NPC dementia. Look at all of that. We got him over here. The remaining NPC believers.
My opinions were not changed. Because, again, even I don't even disagree with most of the things said over there. Oh, sorry.
Well, we'll get to it here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was the only person that me and Jose are the only ones that didn't move.
Yeah,
Assemble.
So Astro
and
and Mary, I think y'all moved the most. I'll start with you, Mary, since I think you moved even further. Explain why you moved, and if you can explain if there's any, if the lines still pull you one way or the other, if you're firmly over there.
Someone just decided to play me as Zongli, so now I'm not the NPC.
Now you're the character embodying somebody else. Nice.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Astral. I think you're next in line here. So yeah, feel free to explain mine, and I invite you to, if you want, explain if there's any lines. Go ahead.
I was previously playing an NPC for this game, and now I'm showing my opinion that I believe that we are actually a somewhat of a collective consciousness. So it's not really every one person in charge, but we're all kind of sharing a game with each other. But we're all kind of in control in some way, and I think it's important to recognize that.
Hmm. Here.
Okay.
Yeah, even in Genshin Impact, we are forced to control Zhongli sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's.
We can be the main character sometimes.
The one who had moved the most, I guess. Would anyone want to volunteer before we move on? Anyone want to volunteer as to if there are any lines that, still pull at? I think I see you. Yeah, try to go.
Yeah, I just want to acknowledge that this is not the line I choose, but my controller died. So back to norms on charging controllers, except they were charged and they're new controllers, so that's a problem. But I would probably be over into the mildly agree if I could move.
Okay. Could you explain why you would be over?
Just because that side seems more fun.
Okay.
I'm attracted to their cultish logic.
I actually moved precisely one line over, and the reason I moved one line over is because I'm very suspicious of Carl now.
Maybe not all NPCs, but Carl is. Yeah. Nice.
I mean, someone here claimed to be a god, and I don't think it's the one that actually was.
Wow. That's quite a quotable quote. Someone claimed to be God, and it wasn't the real person. I actually met God today. It's weird you said that. There's a person in here named God.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I met a few gods, too. They like belly rubs.
While I got new framing for the question, I still think that all the framings, I think I firmly agree with it because, again, the NPCs, you can't swap bodies like some Freaky Friday stuff. You're always going to be, even the mention of, collective unconscious stuff, I don't really...
But with my...
Come over
Sorry.
to our side.
Okay. Oh,
yeah, so I don't really believe in that stuff, but I don't think you'll ever be able to really swap a consciousness around.
I give up.
As far as seeing the stuff as a game, even not even thinking of it as simulation theory, which I do think is possible, but the people refer just in simple metaphorical ways to life, as a game. You gotta win the game. You gotta be the game of life. That whole thing, bucket, wee ball. Sorry for my language. The game.
So this essentially has reinforced your position. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lavinia typing again.
How is it doing that?
You're putting your fingers on the keyboard and then it's making noise.
Well, my mic is somehow a billion times better today, and I don't know how.
Oh.
Okay, well, I'm going to wrap things up. If anyone
can, yay! Let's give Armani. Thank you, Armani. Woo!
Thank you.
Let's give Armani hearts and emojis.
Yay! I have my emoji controller. Oh yeah, now it's back. Yay! Go Armani!
Okay, so I'm going to go back to our neutral line and we're going to welcome our third questions facilitator.
Go Astral! Woo! We got 2 people doing it for the first time today. So proud of y'all.
Okay, yeah, that's true. All right.
Everyone.
Are we on the neutral line? Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I'm coming.
I
I'm
want to see a
coming.
nice center line. All right, everyone. We're on to the real stuff now. How's everyone doing?
We're all warmed up.
Thank you, Armani. All right. This is a question that we're going to be asking a lot in the near future. All right. So on the range of agree to disagree, if you want to agree with AI's denying critical thinking skills development for the new generation, please move to your left. And if you disagree that AI is denying critical thinking skills to the new generation, please move to your right.
Do 3, 2, 1.
And once you've got, we'll do a 3, 2, 1, move.
Woo. Hmm. That's interesting. Mary changed his avatar again. Wow.
A full spread? Oh, wait.
Almost.
The one's on solid agree. It was still moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm seeing some. Yeah, Venya, could you shrink down a little bit? You're a bit tall. That's great, thank you.
Get smaller.
All right, everyone. So at this stage, I think we know what we're doing.
The child,
We're gonna talk
right?
about. I notice we're getting a spread mostly on one side of the field here.
Armani, what line are you on? Oh.
I wish there's one here. I'll be over here. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Carl. That was quite an avatar.
I am a child.
Right,
I am the next generation.
You are my worst nightmare. Oh my god, I cannot look at that. Okay.
What? Hey, you. Why do you think that they on the other side would agree with that statement?
They strongly agree or just agree?
Strongly agree, it seems.
Yeah. Why do I think that you would strongly agree? You strongly agree with that because it is melting your brain currently also. And you're here to come out about that.
Did that get anyone over there?
Are we calling them skill issue?
That's.
I'm not that humble or willing to admit your brain is melting. Okay, so I didn't get anyone. Wah wah.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, your hands up. Why do you think they're over there?
Yeah, I can go for the guess. I believe they have observed the current generation's behaviors and actions, so they concluded that, and also they can see the technology is doing their job, which is making people easier, but also killing people's intelligence, especially child.
Oh, did you get Jose?
Seems like you got Jose on that one.
90%.
Hit.
And
Oh,
Venya.
you got.
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
whoa.
You scored in part of Mary. Huh. That's amazing.
I would say that's not a hit for me, though.
Oh my god. That is seriously a creepy avatar. I cannot with.
All right, how about
That is horrifying.
Yeah.
Imagine hundreds of cows chasing you
Oh,
in the room.
don't do
Wow.
it. I would throw my headset out the window if anybody ever wants me to leave
I'm
VR.
just a child.
Oh god, don't look at him. Okay.
Since there were 2 hits there, anyone on that side of the field, do you want to elaborate a little bit more about how they feel about it?
You want me to give like reason that didn't get named?
I want to hear Venya or Jose if they want to speak up on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll speak about it. I think, and this is going to be very real. This is going to be very real, like genuine, like real. I think one of my biggest struggles that I've had with the PhD and being here in Melbourne is walking into college classes among students who are clearly not prepared to be there, either because of language barriers that they weren't prepared for and the university decided to take their money anyway, or because the students themselves just aren't prepared. The answer to solving that rift has been AI. So people have felt like you could fill in the cracks using the AI thing, but none of the information that has forced them to think critically in those classes has actually gone into their brains. It's gone around it. And I think in a lot of ways, the whole point of learning is to carve out new ridges in your brains. And AI is basically letting it not do that. So, like a second brain acts as a really nice hard drive, but learning requires loading it into RAM, and AI is kind of bypassing the RAM entirely. And I think that's one of the biggest things with the issue is that AI is covering people's detriment from what they know to what they need to learn instead of moving through the very hard process of learning. That's not to say that AI can't be used to learn. It's just very easy for people to just fall into using it otherwise.
Mm. Wow. Real talk.
I'm hearing that from some teachers I'm speaking to too, that a lot of their kids are using AI as a crutch, not grasping with the critical language skills that they need to learn. I also, I've seen a professor crashed out because all students in class use AI to complete their work. Jose, did you have anything you want to add to that?
I've seen some adults who they depend too much on ChatGPT and other things to make decisions and to get the information.
Is
And
that you?
I'm just assuming that the children are doing that also.
What am I doing? Oh, what Jose was saying?
Is that you?
I don't know. I spaced out. What did you say, Jose? Sorry. Or do you want to summarize, Astral?
Oh.
You
I'm
forget?
sorry, I missed it too. I couldn't hear Jose's conclusion.
Lau heard it.
Sorry.
I heard.
Or, Armani heard it. Go, Armani.
Yeah, I'll and correct me if I missed here, Jose, but you're saying you've witnessed people pay too much for ChatGPT and that it's a cost. Like it's a burden in multiple ways. Is that what she said about like I guess the
Oh no, what I meant to say was that people they use it too much in their decision making, and it's clear that they're not really using their brain. And I'm extrapolating that children and the next generation are gonna have that same problem because I mostly see adults doing this.
You're asking if
Relying
that's
on
me?
ChatGPT for too much.
What?
Yeah.
Dude. Is this an intervention?
How would you all say the other side of the field responded to this?
Who are you asking, Astral?
That's an open question.
I don't know how to answer that. That's a great question, though.
Let's ask AI. Actually, I am going to ask
what
AI.
we've discovered here is worth teasing apart. Because it sounds like there are two equally valid dialectical tensions that are resulting in the logic being right either way, right? So it's worth teasing that apart.
I'm struggling a little bit with this one. Go ahead, Armani.
Yeah, first I want to hear your question again, or if anyone can say what you just asked Astral, and I may in my response answer it, but also kind of explain why I'm here too.
Yeah, you're kind of on line 3. Why are you on line 3?
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm actually very strongly pulled to disagree. I'm here because, you know, the part of the question, the part of the contention that's saying denying critical thinking, that's there. But more of my question is about, instead of AI, is it we? Could you say we are denying critical thinking skills development of the new generation, and it places more of I guess, the onus on us making the decision to use AI instead. So. And then yeah. Do you think it says, yeah?
It occurs to me I should actually say that, but I don't want to break the format. Yeah.
And I pretty much agree and say that that's kind of the reason I'm here, except I wasn't owning it, and I was trying to think of saying the mischaracterization of AI, or the reliance on AI, kind of putting the companies that are pushing the AI, putting the blame on someone else, but just saying we are doing it is pretty true as well. So.
Yeah, for me, I also feel that there is opportunity for a different kind of critical thinking to develop in the process of using ChatGPT. That doesn't necessarily apply to what they're using the AI for, but is, for example, you have to communicate with it, and in order to get valid answers, you need to be able to ask it in the right ways. So there is something being developed there, even if it isn't the same skills that they would otherwise learn by not using it.
Good one. I just asked AI to name my argument. It felt right. Would anyone like to hear it, or is it time for that yet?
I'm gonna.
I don't know.
I don't know if I want to use the machine's opinion on this one.
Would you all like to hear from AI? I just find it so ironic. No.
I'm gonna nix the AI response in this one. I'd like to keep this as a human environment if possible.
But I'm an NPC.
ChatGPT then.
Although, if anyone,
Let me go to my laptop.
If anyone would like to see if I didn't actually hear any responses. Like, why do we think someone would disagree with the statement that AI is denying critical skills development of the new generation?
So you're asking, why do we think they're on that side of the
exactly
spectrum?
What's our argument over here? I'm saying R because AI is with me.
I think they have a significant other that is AI.
What? Oh my god.
Wow.
That is so much shade.
That's actually a genuine thing, though.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even call that shade.
That's
like,
shade.
Thing now.
It's totally shade.
I know
I think
friends, people I work with, that use those things religiously. Can't think of the name of the one.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
I think there's a flip side to my argument that could also apply in that I'm at a university where people are struggling to communicate in classes. Yeah, but the flip side of it is those individuals using ChatGPT and other technologies have now been able to exist in an English-speaking class in Australia and still keep afloat. Like, they are still passing their grades purely because of AI. So they don't necessarily need to understand the complexities of the language barrier for them to exist in that. And that was a thing 20 years ago. So one could presume that their skill development is improving by their international presence because of AI. Like, that is an opposite argument that can't be made. And I could believe that people on your side would believe that's a thing. That was not the most articulate argument, but AI is improving skill development even when some things are being filled in the cracks. We're just focusing on the wrong thing. Could be the big argument there.
So did any of that speak to you, Liao, or hey you?
Yeah, I would say that's like 20%.
Hmm.
Well,
So-
can I have a summary of it?
So my argument was that people are using AI in order to fill in the gaps, so their brains are not actually thinking through the process. It's not going into their brains, it's just going around. However, the opposite can also be said on your end of the aisle, in which there is a reality that these people are in a class in a completely different country, capable of collecting information from a teacher that can't speak their language because AI is filling in that gap. They don't have to, so their skill development on an international level is improving. We're just really focused on what's missing as opposed to what they're getting. That's an argument that's available. That could be done.
Can anyone? Hey, you. Would you like to share, or Leo? Would you like to share where you're on that side of the field?
Can I read you what AI said?
I want to hear in your words, gamer.
I just thought it was such a perfect moment for that. Yeah, no, I think that the way that we use AI is a reflection of what we're missing, basically. And so the youth using AI is a reflection of how dead the educational system is and how much we are needing that hand-holding tutor to give us other perspectives that our teachers might not give us. Education is so dead. Wow. Lau was like, yes, boom, gone. So yeah, I think that AI is a tool, and like any huge new introduction of a tool, we're going to misuse it and overuse it, and then we're going to get better at it until it becomes more like a bridge of just critical flow. Like, I have created AI machines that are incredibly challenging and targeting of me. And I use them when I feel like I'm getting too comfortable and I need other perspectives. So it's all how we use it. Yeah. I got Lau and he even left. Teacup's here. Welcome, Teacup. Hello.
So on the count of 3, Handicaps currently having a discussion on where we stand on question 3, which is AI is denying critical thinking skills development of the new generation.
I was switching now because of time.
So we're gonna do a move now. So if your position is changed on the count of 3, you're going to choose a new line. Right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Armani came to the line he meant.
Some
Look
big
at
shifts
that.
in the game now. You're quite persuasive.
Yes. Welcome. Welcome to the brain melting side. I mean, the intelligent side.
The artificially intelligent side.
All right. So I saw.
You just tried to answer the question using ChatGPT.
I did not. I didn't read you what ChatGPT said. I said my own thing.
You
I've asked
tried?
I did try. Yes. It seems the. Oh God. Carl joined me on this line. Okay, I'm gonna go to that line.
Whoa, no shade off the line with Carl.
That avatar is like a nightmare in a blender.
Carl, you
I
did quite a
cannot
bit.
look at him.
Tell us a little bit about your perspective.
Well, so I went from seeing the statement as kind of positive with a slight reframing to negative with a slight reframing. Or did you say Lao?
I said you.
Okay, just making sure
yeah.
I saw Lao pop into my peripheral vision.
You're saying that the phrasing is it, or the words choice?
Well,
AI is
I mean,
denying critical thinking
I'm always stuck on the word AI being not an accurate description of what like what we call AI is not AI, like general AI and actual intelligence. Like it's advanced
So
chatbots.
you have like AIs, we have LLMs.
Yeah,
I think of them all as
it's
prediction machines. They're machines
yeah,
made to
exactly.
predict the next thing in the sequence.
Exactly. So there's, and like with that knowledge and kind of knowing what data set something's trained on and knowing how to use it as a tool, like Heya's saying, and being able to, use that like as an advanced translation service, like Vinny is saying, like those are all great things. But ultimately, I still like get hung up on that, like the phrasing of calling it AI. So I feel like I could really land on slightly agree or disagree, whichever way I'm feeling about the calling the whole thing AI.
Okay, so AI is a bit of a cloudy term just to define for folks. How about you, Armani? I see you raising your
I'll be
hand.
brief, since I know I moved a lot, but I didn't go to strongly disagree, just because there is research out there kind of showing the impact in a similar fashion to how Google is kind of reshaped, or in other words, changed how or it's changed the capacity, I guess, in a way, where we used to, for example, have to remember cell phone numbers, don't have to do that anymore. So in a similar fashion, it's kind of denied some of those pathways. But in the same fashion, it's like I think if AI in this contention is a variable, you could have say X is denying critical thinking, but we could put us in there and say, like I said earlier, we're denying this, but in the same fashion, that we can, we can take responsibility for that contention. We can also, have our own agency and say that, we can also make critical thinking more of a part of next generation. So there's
Yeah. Like we have our own agency in it.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of puts a cap on what I was saying too, that like I think people look at AI these days like I wish we looked at it like Microsoft Clippy, like we did back in the day, and instead people treat it like Tony Stark's Jarvis, like an actual superpower thing. And it's not really that, but it can be useful.
What was that TV show where the car talked to the guy?
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider.
Or Knight Rider.
Yeah, we are all in Knight Rider.
You say Kirby?
Does anyone else
What
have
did you
anything
say?
to feel like they need to add to this discussion? Yeah.
Mary?
Mary.
I saw Liao and Mary raising their hands. Now you can go first.
Me? Oh, you're calling me. So I believe that we've seen the new generation doesn't have critical thinking. It's not because that it's AI is ruining it, but also sometimes it's just the education that is like this, and the only way to solve the problems is using AI. So sometimes AI is not denying, it's the education is denying it. So there are some better things that it's denying it other than AI. But other thing is that it's also like we can observe these kind of things is because we have better technologies now. It's not because of just AI. It's because of we have better technologies. So we realize how much people do not have critical thinking skills by the use of AIs. We didn't realize it back then.
How about you, Mary?
I've got a point on both sides. One is if you replace AI with the word like alcohol, it would kind of be a valid statement to say alcohol is denying critical thinking skills for those who overuse it. So in that respect, I feel like that point kind of belongs on that side. But on the flip side, what Hare said about in the classroom, I feel like similar to with mental health, awareness is the first step to being wise about something. So if students were, if it became part of a discussion, remember that whenever you use AI, you are not learning it yourself, and just helping them be aware of what they are or aren't learning when they do or don't use AI to assist them.
Did you say that
So-
when you use AI, you're not learning?
That what you're learning is different when you use AI.
Really?
I think is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. What the AI is doing is the AI is.
I think there's a certain amount of like learning to learn that the AI takes out of the equation, and like you can just then choose to take the answers and transplant them.
Yeah.
So it sounds like some people. So I would like to actually read some numbers to some folks because there was actually an MIT study on this. Like this is a really hard question. And I think it's a question that we are probably going to come back to in the same way that we think about just general healthcare. So there was a study in MIT that just completed a week ago, and they studied about 50 something people, and they studied both like cognitive connections, alpha waves, beta waves in the brain, and they found that there is something like a 40% reduction in brainwave activity for people that were using AI consistently for 4 months. And it's also becoming quite an issue in classrooms, it seems, as well. So I think it's not an opinion, unfortunately, there is a measurable decline in cognitive critical thinking ability now through prolonged use of AI.
Okay, that was different. We're actually at the end of our time, so we're going to need to close up here. Thank you, Astral. Yeah, we're going to learn lots of things from this.
Lau, do you want to MC us to take us out, please?
Yeah, sure.
And
Okay,
Astral,
so
great job.
Yeah, thank you,
appreciate
Astral.
heart,
Woo.
heart and
Everyone
emojis
appreciate you
for
for Astro.
Astro.
Woo.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I think we are a bit hurry on time, and if anyone is gonna leave soon, like very emergency and urgent, we might need to take a group photo first.
Oh, yeah, we didn't do a group photo last week. That's true. Let's grab a group photo first, and then we'll do our checkout. Woo.
Check out, yeah.
Good point. All right. Do you want to stand next to the question so we have? And
Pickup's
then,
coming.
Armani, can you grab your photo up above? Just to confuse you in. Nice. Yay. Okay, what's our word for today?
NPC.
Oh, God. NPC. Woo! Yay. Okay, cool. All right. Last piece. It's over here. Ignoring Carl by continuing to focus on the camera.
More evil he seems.
I know.
Oh my god.
I'm just like pretending it's a big white dot. That's how I'm coping.
Wow.
That's right.
Okay. So, did we change the format?
Last week we did the one takeaway thing. I think that's a good idea just because we are on the end of our time. So hashtag one thing you're taking away.
One thing we are taking away from the event. Does anyone want to start first?
And then we'll go clockwise.
And then we
from
can
there.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and. Oh.
Yay!
Carl,
Bunny Carl. I can look at you now.
Okay. Yeah, during the AI discussions, just the thought of it, being used like kind of translation ways, and then just the idea of like its data set being like a textbook that, and maybe the AI is like just your, assistant searching, having that textbook available to you like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just it's reframing kind of my own ideas on my own aversion to the AI stuff sometimes. Thinking of ways it is useful is always good. So
Awesome.
I thought, and will probably stick around for me.
Okay, that's great. I believe clockwise is our money.
I'm next.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be brief since I have, I guess, 10 more minutes. But yeah, my one thing is agency. I've noticed a theme today, and that's like I think that's my we have agency to decide happiness, what's a myth or not, what's the next one, yeah, what our agency is, and a character we play or not, and then agency with using AI and critical thinking. So yeah, that's my one thing is
Agency.
Yeah.
Mm. Aspen?
My takeaway is that holding presence in front of people is hard, and reflecting back on them, things that they've said in a way that feels, like they've been heard and is compassionate. It takes a lot of brain power.
Can't use AI for that. Well done.
Yeah. Hey yo.
My one thing, I'm taking away that there is a rumor amongst you all that I use AI too much. So I'm going to think about that. It's an interesting reflection. Yeah.
Did I start the rumor? Okay, Mary.
Um, just refreshing my appreciation for how vulnerable a position it is when you run out of battery and say one of your controller dies and then you can't move or something else like that.
Mm-hmm. It's a good metaphor. Also.
Yeah.
Okay, it's my time. Let me think of one thing. Actually, skip me first and go to teacups.
I missed most of the event, but my critical thinking is mine to do what I want with. If it's going down because of AI and I like that, that's fine.
If he signs up to be the NPC, then that still is free choice. Nice.
Yeah, that encompassed two different questions.
I know. Way to ring that one in.
They say COVID drops your intelligence measurably each time too. If you wanna double max it.
Jose.
I'm glad that I stopped using ChatGPT every day.
Aww. So is Lau.
For me, I think
Okay,
the biggest
yeah.
reflection, for me is how difficult it is for me to choose not to intervene on a learning experience, and juxtaposing that reality of me wanting to continually intervene with how people are using AI to do so intentionally. I think there's an interesting juxtaposition there in when I, as a teacher, want to reframe something versus when they go to AI to request it be reframed. I think that's a very interesting juxtaposition that caught me. Something to think about for me.
Nice.
Okay. I'll end with mine, which is I can see how we have sometimes we build we build opinions on emotions, and we build opinions on the other opinions. So your your words can really affect a lot of people. So sometimes you have to be careful, and sometimes you have to be accurate, right? So you don't accidentally hurt someone.
Nice. Such real things. Well done. Let's all give Lau emojis for being our MC today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Lau. Okay, so this is the end of our event. We're going to say goodbye to our viewing audience, wherever the camera is. I even forget where I put it, but say goodbye, viewing audience. Woo!
Sorry for the late, but
we're almost done. Okay, and then the last thing, just so you all know, I need to not come in here 20 minutes earlier to get the world set up every time. I feel like that's something I can redistribute. So I would love volunteers to do that. And I can bring the sticker. But yeah, it's feeling a little bit like I'm the maintenance people, but I'm not necessarily getting company or interest. So I would love help making that real. And then we have our next event, I think Thursday, which is Body Keeps the Score. It's one of our last ones, if Scott's still doing that. And yeah. Vinny, are you still wanting to circle up with people from the class?
Yep.
I think.
Yes, we need
Okay.
to do the after action review, which it turns out there's not a lot of
Class
overlap,
people.
which is
Yeah.
okay. So if you want to hang out, Jose, you're welcome to.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just want to see how this goes.
I
All right.
do need to get going.